our meeting open. I want to remind anyone that is in the gallery today that we are recording our council meeting. It will be live streamed through to Facebook. Julie Virtue was going to come to say a prayer, but it's her not being here. If we could just bow our heads and say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Okay, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we're meeting today and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and those, of course, that will come in the future. Would someone like to confirm the minutes of our December meeting? It's been moved by Councillor Matisky, seconded by Councillor Duggan. Any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against? I declare it carried. Our condolences for the period since our last meeting. Anthony Fred Elrich, Kath Merritt, Taz Spackman, Ernest Anthony Ernie Irvine, William Henry Allen, Adam James Rennick, Karen Delaney, Gerald Thomas Palmer, Betty Rees, William Bill Loader, Robin Elizabeth Harrison, Ronald James Jim Jeffrey, John Athol Lindsay, Robert John Halfpenny, Caroline Wilson. Would you please stand for a moment of silence? Thank you.
Move a letter.
Thank you.
Move a letter of condolence be sent to the family.
Thank you. It's been moved by Councillor Herbert, seconded by Councillor Rowlands that we send a letter of condolence to those families. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against? I declare it carried. Okay. Moving on, there is no addresses for council this afternoon, so we're going to go
just
in.
Just me, Madam Mayor?
Just one.
Yes.
Just, sorry. I was going to come with a begging bowl, but it's already been filled, so I just wanted to explain. We are so lucky to have Rob Willis in our community. He is just gung-ho to get us on the map. Rob has created, not as part of the Heritage Program, but a Kate Kelly digital video, and it's going to sit alongside the Ben Hall video that he made 10 years ago in conjunction with Kerry Nealon. So Rob uploads his videos that he makes onto his own personal site, as well as some that go on our council site. As of 11, it's been up there 11 days, and already it's had 11,664 views.
That's good.
Now, think about that. That's over 11,000 people who are now more aware of Kate Kelly in our community and the Forbes Cemetery, and that is bringing potential visitors to our town. The museum also gets a mention. So what I was begging for was a screen so that this video could be shown at the museum, and our wonderful General Manager has sourced one for me, which is fantastic. So thank you on the behalf of the museum. And yeah, I just think that's really exciting news for our town.
Fantastic.
Well
Oh, thank you.
Well
Thanks very much. That's fantastic, Councillor Herbert. Okay, matters in progress. Okay, starting on page 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, just on 26, just an update on the flood events that we've in place.
Through you, Madam Mayor. So the first item at the aerodrome, obviously that hasn't progressed because we're still looking to do the master plan next financial year, so that'll be forming part of that as well. The second part of it, South Development Road, 17 mile and 12 mile is part of the development program, and that's scheduled for this financial year and next financial year. And the lobbying of the government, obviously that's happening through the new highway constable.
Yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, just the second item, that's all. Just wait till we keep that in place.
Okay. Thank you. 16, 17.
Just on 37, just the parking in Cross Street. I've been asked quite a few times about, are we going to go to no parking everywhere? I think we are, but there's a timeline that we've got to try and draw up.
Page 17.
I
The
think
next couple of years.
Yeah, but I think what we're doing is the traffic forum, your traffic forum, are making those decisions as they roll through. So it'll be a progressive change.
Yeah.
And I think that's important that we do that and make sure people know what's going on.
So just a question also, are we applying for funding though to change those angles of the concrete markers we've got in place there, which is called the bollards, I suppose?
Yeah, through you, Madam Mayor, yes we have, under the company owned program, but we've actually just applied. So that's just closed, so we haven't obviously heard back yet, but yes, we definitely did.
Right, thank you.
Okay. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, on to our withdrawals. First one being Councillor Corradiano.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, I just wanted to raise pit stop in relation to some tables and chairs and so on, but would you mind, Madam Mayor, if I got Maddie to maybe give us a little bit more information than I have, please?
I'll second if you want to move it.
That's all right.
No, this is open discussion, this is a
All right.
question. So we're just having a question to get some more information. Okay.
Yeah, through you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Councillor Corradiano. I guess on the back of some of this information is also the recent fire that's occurred at the Forbes Inn. So what I believe Council has been asked in the past few days is that there's an activation of the pit stop area. This will be a joint project between Silo as well as the Forbes Inn. And they are looking to provide meals and offerings to the Forbes community, and our part in this, the council's part, would be to provide some additional seating and area for that to occur. So it's quite early days. There's also a report about the distribution or the relocation of the driver reviver temporarily that's in the business paper also. So very positive. The fact of the matter is it's trying to provide employment for the staff that have been displaced with the fire. It's a great collaboration between two local business owners, and it's for the benefit of the community. I do know the Mayor's got probably a little more to add in regards to this.
Yeah, thanks for the report, Councillor Corradiano. It's fantastic, and I've spoken to the General Manager about it. There has been some concern, and I've spoken to Mr Hodge in relation to putting any permanent structures there without some kind of monitoring on whether there will be any social behaviour. So I've spoken to the General Manager. We can very, very quickly and afford to do it straight away is put some tables and chairs in the park. They will be pegged down, not with cement at this stage. So we'll pop them in there if everyone's agreeing to this. If you might have to change the recommendation. And then when the hotel opens, we'll wait for that, and then we'll do a 3 months go back and see if we've had any antisocial behaviour with those tables and chairs being there. I think we should monitor and we should make sure that it's not going to cause us any grief around public toilets or anything. So if you're happy to do that, we've found the money, thanks to our beautiful General Manager, we found a bit of money to be able to do that straight away. And then we'll pat to see if he's just realised that we found the money.
That's all.
The seats are available, madam.
Yeah,
So
they
I'll
are.
give you a couple later for that. No, that's great, thank you.
So would you like to move that we go ahead and put those tables and
Yes,
chairs?
I'd be happy to move that.
And Mr Hodge said that he'd put the umbrellas, so
Yeah, he'll place them in. I'll let the other guy back. Are they removable?
the umbrellas will come in and out
Yeah,
each day.
that's great.
Okay, it's been moved by Councillor Karadiana that we put the tables and chairs in the, what's it called?
Pit stop.
Pit stop park. Gosh. And
For a trial.
and then when the hotel opens, we will have a 3 month, we'll have a look at, have a trial of 3 months to see if there's any antisocial behaviour.
So basically, they'll be tied in with the silo.
They'll tie in the silo and the food bed.
Yes.
So both of those they'll benefit from those tables.
Thank you, Madam.
Okay. So that's been moved and it was seconded by Councillor Matiski. Is there any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
Good outcome.
The trial period, the 3 month trial period is after the hotel opens. We're going to put them in because that could be a while. So from after the opening of the hotel.
Is that the completion of the hotel or when we start operating? again?
When it starts operating again, when it opens again. And the other bit, we don't need the options for installing. We're installing picnic tables, no options. We don't need that option bit. Installing picnic tables and chairs at Pit Stop Park. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm going to put that. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Herbert.
Yep, sorry, can I have, is it 19, the tree one, about the trees? I'm a bit confused, 17, I wanted 17.1.
Yeah, which is
Yes.
the National General Assembly.
Oh, yes, so I had some suggestions for motions.
Yep.
Sorry, just got to find it. One, I noticed there's been some conversations on social media about reintroducing national service back in for young people to give them some purpose. So I wondered if maybe that could be one. And the other one was with all the conversation around the gun laws. I attended a meeting and there was discussion about people who have collections of guns that have heritage value and that, you know, that they would be taken, and there was a suggestion that perhaps like a vintage car has a use by kind of time, that they could allocate a time to heritage guns that are non-operational, and whether that could be like a federal initiative, that if someone's got like their great-great-grandparents' guns, that they get to keep hold of them. So I don't know how we feel about that, but there are a couple I thought of.
If I could just say, because we can write all this and do all this work and it doesn't fly at the ALGA conference, it's got to have a national relevance, which gun laws do have a national relevance, I understand that. But I also know that there are things within the gun laws that have been put through after the Bondi, and I know that there is some work being done on people that have got those antique guns, and that there is going to be some other bits and pieces of changes. So I'm not sure that's really local government's business. I don't ever like to knock anything back like that.
No, that's okay. I just thought I would.
I think it's bigger than local government. and I don't think that the skill is in the local government sector to be able to really make a really good decision. If we got up debating that, we'd get the farmers on this side and we get the green people on that side. A few in the middle, it'd be, I don't even think we'd get a fly on that. National service, I don't know. Have you got any comment on that?
Through you, Madam Mayor, not really, but we can have a discussion, Councillor Herbert. There's the recommendation here is for the Mayor and I to ratify any further submissions that come in. So we could have a further discussion about that.
Yeah.
We could do some research, and we could draft something up, and the Mayor and I could have a look at that. If we think it's going to fly, we think it's got merit, then three of us can reach agreement on it is probably the way forward.
That would be great.
Thanks,
And
Mayor.
I'd like it to something that I could make fly.
Yeah.
So I'll be the one talking to it. So you know, that's always important. Yeah.
Thank you.
So we'll have a talk to.
Okay. So can we just
I'll
add in
move
there
I'll move
that any
motion.
councillor that would like to contact me or the general manager, we're happy to have a discussion if you've got any ideas that you'd like to put forward. So we'll add that in.
If I could just add, Madam Mayor, just noting the due date for these submissions is the 27th of February, so there's not a lot of time. So
Okay,
we'll do this
next
as soon as
week.
possible
Yeah.
next week.
Okay, so that's been moved by Councillor Herbert, seconded by Councillor Webb. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Matisky. And that, I'll pass that over to you, Councillor Webb. On page 33, 17.3.
I'd like to move the recommendation. I'd like to add, if that's okay, the other representative of the Saleyards committee as member as well. So we've got Saleyards Advisory, nominate the Mayor, General Manager, Chair and Committee Member of the Saleyards Advisory Committee.
Yeah, so Councillor Matisky. Is there a seconder to that motion?
Yeah,
It's been seconded by
Yeah.
Councillor Duggan. Any opposition?
No, but could I add to it as well? Like, would we be able to apply to host this conference at some stage?
Yeah, we can. Certainly can.
It's a fair obviously we did it a long time.
Yeah, we've done it before.
Yeah.
We did it when it was the state, and we had a lot more members than what they've got now as national.
Too.
Mm.
It's pre-Bunnings too.
Okay. So, are you happy to have that added in?
Yes, I am.
Thanks, Councillor Webb. And who was the seconder of that? Councillor Duggan. Okay, we've put that in. Is there any further speakers on that? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Webb.
I'd like to move the recommendation as is.
I'll second that.
And I'd just like to ask a question, if I
Okay,
may.
it's been moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Clark.
Sorry, just bringing it up. Page 42. Two questions. Our betterment program, we're only using we've only got 2% of our betterment program, which I gather is the South Condo Road betterment program. Is that
Yes,
correct?
through you,
Yeah.
Madam Mayor, it's at
So-
multiple locations, and Dan could probably speak to it better than me, but there
So
is
how-
South Condo is one of them.
So do we have the money in the kitty already, or is it money that...
Some, but not much.
Some, not much?
Yes.
How long have we got to use that money? Because we've only done 2% of it. I'm just aware that it's at survey design stage at the moment. How many years have we got until that money may be lost to us?
Through you, Madam Mayor, yes. So all the design work's been finished and it's been submitted. So we receive 20%. We should receive another 20% payments for that. So 20% of $4 million is a decent chunk of money. And we're ready to start construction. So we started ordering materials. We're going to have to tender for the asphalt supply very shortly. So, and we have until the end of 2027 to finish it.
Right, yeah, thank you. That was all I need for 2027. The other thing is there's no budget there for, you've got budget and actuals for the Saleyards. There is no actuals in that chart.
Through you, Madam Mayor, there's quite a few minor items for the sale yard, so there's things like gates replacements. There was a significant spend, I don't know if it's happened yet, for the new readers. So we put in a budget in the last QBRS, an extra $200,000 for readers. I don't know if it's hit the books yet. I don't know if those works have been done yet. I'll have to chase that up for you.
And question 3,
Yep.
which so when we have the state RMCC doing
Yes.
works for us, we've got the Waterloo Bridge and we've got some reselling of roads.
Yes.
Where is that
Okay, they
evident
would
in that
not
program?
be capital works because we do not control those assets. So those assets are controlled by the state government. So what happens is we would do the works and we might spend, say, $3 million, generally about $3 million a year, up to $9 million in previous years. We might spend $3 million on reseals, pavement rehab or other works on the state road network. Dan and his team do a great job of that. They do the works. Then we bill the state government and they reimburse us. So that all goes through our P&L as expenditure and revenue, so you won't see that on the capital
And it's usually
program
around
there.
cost neutral, is that
It's cost
correct?
neutral,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Okay, Councillor Webb, you might as well stand up for a little while.
18.6, just a few, may I go into open discussion, please?
Yes, been moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Clark. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
So I've gone through this and there's a few little errors, suggestions, or maybe I'm incorrect. So we've got the Director of Engineering as part of our structure.
So
Yes.
where are you at? And can you let us know what page you're on? And
Uh,
Page 4, 18.6.
no, it's not that. That's
Page 58.
page 58. Yeah.
So we've got, as part of our structure, we've got Director Engineering. Is that staying as Director of Engineering?
No,
Or will that be
that's
changed
changed.
to Director of
Change.
Infrastructure and Works?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have the page right in front of me, sorry, but we've also got the liaison link where we need to change it to Jamie Shaftney.
Yep, that's already been noted.
And there was another one.
I think as a landlord,
And the landlord
planning
needs
and
to
growth
be
should be
changed,
engineering.
department.
Yep.
And I'm unsure if there's anything else, but
I think there was a
just a few
date.
little things I picked up.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a date which
There's a
finished
date
off,
on the
which
next page,
it
which
needs to
should
be
be
28 and not
2028.
26.
And we were going to add the Public Art Advisory Committee in as well. So they were the changes we had as well.
Very
So
good.
if everyone's okay with those changes, we can make those
Yep,
changes.
you
and
can make
then
those.
So I
adopt
can
those.
go back into,
Yeah, so, okay, we're going to move back into council. It's been moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Royland. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
and
You're going to just move the recommendation as printed?
with a few changes that we've just discussed.
So,
Adopt the public interest disclosure, yep, and you're aware of the few changes.
Yes,
Yep,
yes, I've got them
beautiful.
noted there,
Thank
thanks.
okay, it's been moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Clark. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. It's a good read, that stuff, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Councillor Webb.
I'd like to,
Page 139.
yeah, this is CC camera work in our community, and I was wondering whether it would be advisable to look at maybe putting one at the sale yards.
We've got them at the sale yards.
It's not mentioned here though.
There's 4 at the sale yards.
There's this
Yeah,
mentioned
it's in
there.
the report.
It's in
It's
the
mentioned there.
There's
Page
4.
140,
Says
Madam
it's
Mayor.
Central West has
Oh,
got 4.
sorry, I do
Yeah.
have one there, sorry, I am correct. I'd just like to move the recommendation as is, please.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. It's been moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Herbert. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Webb?
It's, the way it reads is a little bit messy. It just seems like section 355 Tree and Heritage Advisory Committees, it just feels like it's one committee.
And it shouldn't have been done like this. It should have been completely
So if we
separated.
can
Two
make
different
sure that it is
committees.
separated, because it is totally
We'll fix that.
confusing if it goes out as such.
We'll fix that in the minutes.
Yeah, we'll fix that in the minutes. So we'll have a recommendation that we place on public exhibition, calls for nomination to fill the vacancy community rep on the section 355 tree committee. That's your first motion.
Yes, thank you.
And then the second one will be that we will place on public exhibition a call for nominations to fill the vacancy community rep on the Heritage Advisory Committee. And we'll receive a report and endorse the nominations.
Yeah, I'd like to move that
Okay,
recommendation.
thank you. It's been moved by Councillor Webb,
No,
seconded by oh yes,
Sorry, no, that's fine.
seconded by Councillor Herbert.
Yep.
I'll put it. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it carried.
Could I just pull out 19.3? I missed it.
Yes, yes, you can.
I'll move the motion.
I'll just find it.
It's the town presentation and facilities
Yes.
report.
I'll second that.
And through you, Madam Mayor, I just wanted to question the time of planting for the trees up at Goldridge. It was a really hot day when they were planted, and I'm wondering if it would have been better to wait until the weather cools down a bit. I acknowledge that there's shelter around them and water there, but still it was pretty hot.
Through you, Madam Mayor, yes, we totally agree. Unfortunately, we took possession of the trees later than we anticipated, and they're struggling in their pots. So we thought they'd actually survive better in the ground, and we thought if we get them irrigated that they wouldn't miss any watering, they wouldn't struggle through weekends and things like that. So we thought it was a better option if we get them in the ground, because we took possession of them.
Yeah, it's just I had a couple of people question.
Yeah.
Well, can you go back and tell them why we did it?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
And that's why we're leaving the other 100 trees
Mhm.
later on, so we haven't taken possession of those yet. So
Okay.
we'll look to do them in April and May.
Perfect. Thank you.
So you're going to move the recommendation?
Yeah, I
moved
moved
by
it.
Councillor Herbert, seconded by Councillor Duggan. Any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Webb.
Oh. This is to do with topsoil organics.
Could you just note that Councillor Clark and Councillor Sweeney have left the room while we deal with matter 20.2, the development application. Over to you, Councillor Webb.
Before I move the recommendation, can I just get some clarification? It's got modification here, but my understanding it's already been endorsed by EPA and Forbes Shire Council for this modification. Is that correct?
Through you, Madam
So
Mayor.
I'm just unsure what the modification is.
Yeah, thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Councillor Webb, yes, this application is a modification of an existing original application. There's no limit to the amount of modifications you can make to an existing DA. So if you cast your mind back about 12 months ago, this council provided an extension on the existing application. The application is for an annual throughput of 30,000 tonnes of composting material. That doesn't align with the Environmental Protection Licence. So in the report you'll see reference to an EPL, that's the Environmental Protection Licence. That's a licence issued by the EPA, and that allows 50,000 tonnes annual throughput. What this application is seeking is they have sought for council to remove the time-limited nature of the current consent. So they're saying, and their consultants are saying, we believe that we've done enough and proved enough things over the last 12 months that you should take off the time-limited consent. As part of our process, we've written to the EPA and asked them for their comments. We've taken into consideration any complaints we might have received, any conversations with the EPA, and our own professional opinions. And the recommendation is to allow the consent to continue, the modification to be granted, but only for 12 additional months. This is in parallel with some other work we're dealing with topsoil to get them to regularise some outstanding matters from past applications. There's some non-compliances that they're working on, there's some fire safety issues that they're working on. So it would be, in the staff's opinion, it would be inappropriate to remove the time-limited consent because that provides the mechanism or the impetus to get the outstanding items addressed before we then say, now you've got no limitation. Bearing in mind that Topsoil are working on a proposal for some anaerobic digesters on site which would basically capture all the material that they're producing, and Any associated odour would then be used, flared, and burnt for electricity generation. So that's sort of the next step for these guys, where they're looking to go to address their odour issues.
Lovely, thank you. I'd like to move that recommendation.
Okay, it's been moved by councillor Webb. Is there a second? Seconded by councillor Roylance. Any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against? Aye, declare it carried. Councillor Cradiana.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm just wondering if we could get a bit of an update on the untidy premises and how that is going, please. Just if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, sure. Through you, Madam Mayor, thanks to Councillor Caradiana. So Council's ranges through the latter part of December and January up to the reporting date for the production of the business paper, went around and did a good and thorough assessment of untidy premises, boarded up premises, and as well as social housing, public housing. What was found, and we garnered some information from the public in relation to that. You can see in the report a number of the streets that were reviewed and found that there were some issues. Since the report was produced, there's been a skip bin deployed at Acacia Street, which is one of the streets that had some issues with some stored and uncontrolled material out the front of the house, in the front yard. There is some public houses that are boarded up. We have found those, and the recommendation, in fact, galvanises the previous recommendation, which was to write to the Minister for Housing and seek an update on those. Two of the houses are houses that are in Oxford Street that are scheduled for demolition as part of redevelopment of that area. There was 3 sites of significant untidiness that I think everyone kind of here will know which ones I'm talking about. Between myself and the Rangers, we're working again with those parties to try and continually, incrementally get those tidied up. Having said that, it probably will get to the point where we need to have some serious conversations around what's the next step, because it is getting pretty tight and pretty slow.
So the query I've got, like vehicles and trailers that have no number plates that are on the street, what are we doing to combat that at the moment?
Yeah. So the process for any unregistered vehicle is that we need to provide notice to the last known person holding the registration. We provide a time frame, like a notice period, for them to collect and remove the vehicle.
And normally how long is that?
It's in the legislation. I think it's around 7 days.
Can I just ask, how do you know who owns it when there's no number plates on it?
So you can look through the VIN number. So the VIN number is often available. And sometimes they still have one number plate on. So a car that's parked legally and is registered, there's very little we can do with that. There has been a change in the legislation for boats, where people park boats in trailers on streets. They have to remove those and put them back on their property at regular cycles. That's a change that came in the last couple of years. But ultimately, you might have seen we stick stickers on cars, and those stickers say this car has been reported. We follow the process to say it's been notified to the last known owner. We provide them with a notice period. If it's not removed, council now has a tilt tray hire truck. Previously we had to engage external contractors, but now we can remove the vehicles ourselves. If they're not claimed, they get sent to scrap. That's if they're not claimable and not enough for reuse. So that's how we deal with abandoning unregistered cars.
And just roughly, how long would a vehicle have to sit, let's say, in council's yard, if it wasn't claimed? How long would that vehicle sit there for?
I think it's another 7 days after that.
7 days after that, and then you can crush it.
Yeah. It follows a similar process, I guess, as how we deal with companion animals. When we if we impound a dog, we don't just go and get rid of it straight away and send it to the rehomer. We give people, if it's registered, give them notice and say your dog's in the pound, come and claim it. If they don't claim it, then we have to deal with that. So we then send them to the rehomes. The cars go to the scrapyard. Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
I'll move the motion. Thank you.
Can I just say something before we move that motion? In relation to some of these houses, there's more than 3 public houses that are in disarray. I'd like to add on there that we get some photographic evidence of the public houses that are in disarray, and that be in the letter that goes to the minister, because it's unacceptable that they're doing nothing about it. So if we can add, you happy to have that added in?
Yeah, I am. Could I also add that the fact that some of the houses have no fencing at the front, and this concerns me.
Goes
the
on
fact
to the
that young
footpath.
children are playing without any fencing as a barricade. And quite some of these houses, unfortunately, the parents aren't there supervising like they should be. So there's something that we need to look at in the long or short term to try and rectify.
Yeah, for clarity, the 3 houses were the boarded up houses, but there is others that we are working with.
Currently.
We generally have, the Rangers have a good relationship with Department of Housing. Once we identify to them that there's a problem with a house, they will take steps to address it, you know, whether it's slash it, deploy skip bins if they've got, you know, old mattresses or something they want to get rid of. So I think we do have a reasonable relationship with the Department of Housing officers, but at the same time too, it's the tenants or the occupants, really, as part of their agreement, I think they've got to maintain their properties, but that doesn't always happen. So we can certainly include photos and seek that it's a standard practice that they fence their yards.
And may I just say our rangers are doing a great job.
Yeah, they're unreal. We're not,
Just one question. How long's the vehicle got to be parked in the street before it's unclaimed, basically?
Through you, Madam Mayor, sorry, Councillor Matisky, how long for a vehicle?
Yeah, if you've got a vehicle parked in the street for 12 months,
Yep.
it's obviously not being used or moved.
Yep.
How long before you come along and say, right out, they've got to get it gets impounded?
Well, you know, there's an old saying in our game, and the answer to that question is it depends. It depends, is it registered?
Yeah.
It depends, is it a trailer? Is it a trailer with a boat? If it's just a car and it's registered,
you can't do anything.
there's not much you can do. If there's no time limiting the parking in that street, you know, you really, they're not breaking any of the laws. So it might frustrate people. People might say, that person, you know, they just continually park there, but registered and not applicable to the legislation that says you've got to regularly move it, i.e. boats or caravans. You know, see people parking caravans outside their houses sometimes. So those controls predominantly are for metro areas, which is where people would park trailers and boats and caravans out the front of their property, motorhomes, and just leave them there. So there is controls around, they've got to be regularly turned over. But no, if you've got a car and it's registered, it's not parking in any kind of area that's restricted, it's not breaking the laws.
The caravan parked on the street with someone living in it, how do you get on with that?
Ooh, use of the rules.
Through you, Madam Mayor, one question, Councillor Matisky. Again, it depends. So it depends on whether or not we get complaints. So if someone was to complain, you know, if it's not causing a concern, if it's registered, if they're doing everything generally okay, we're probably going to have a conversation with them and say, listen, how long is this going to last for? Is it a temporary thing? Is it a permanent thing? If it's a permanent thing, can we get you to put it on the property? If we were to get complaints, we would do the same thing and say, someone's complaining about this, we need to take some action. So
if they're living in it.
yeah.
I think we'd try and get them somewhere else to live, wouldn't we?
Yeah, but it might be that it's a temporary thing, like maybe someone's come to visit for a week. You know, I don't know. So again, it depends. It depends on the situation and how we would deal with it.
I wish I could say it's an excellent answer, but
I'll do better next time.
It's a pretty good one.
It's been moved by Councillor Karadiana and it's been seconded by Councillor Matisky. Is there any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
Was a good, excellent answer
I
though.
think we're
Long.
20.8.
and the letter from yeah, what is it?
20.8.
20.8.
Right. Yeah.
Which
Go ahead, Councillor.
Page 404.
I'd like to move the recommendation with another amendment to it, if that's possible. I'd like to bring the policy for review at a future economic and finance meeting.
Second that.
Preferably before the budget.
Do you want the March?
You bit of paper in.
Yeah, March or April is fine. I feel like a review is needed.
Hang on, we might get a seconder.
I've got a second. I've already done that.
Been seconded? Did you second it, Councillor
Yeah,
Royal?
yeah, done that.
I'd say you
Everybody
hadn't
else was
moved.
asleep.
She hadn't moved it. That's
She did, she moved it, I seconded it.
She just added to it.
Yep. When she finished, I seconded. Anyway, no matter. Just, if you don't want to do it, go to someone else.
I'd like to move that recommendation.
Thank you, Councillor Webb, and it's been seconded by Councillor Roylance. You can now speak to it.
Thank you. I'm just aware that what we have in our budget is different to, not meeting what we're actually, the incentives money that we're actually giving out, and I feel like it just needs a whole review at the moment because we haven't looked into it for a while, and we just need to know whether we give incentive money out and what percentage of those people are actually here for the 2 years as well. So I just feel like it just needs a whole review looked into. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, can I quickly speak to
Yeah.
that? Through you, Madam Mayor, thank you, Councillor Webb. This was something that was raised as part of the business paper review at Mannix. So it's very timely that you raise this and seek that review of the policy. One of the other things as well is that in these couple of applications, there might be some consideration in the future policy about pro rata because these ones are for not a full week of work. So this is part-time stuff. So I think keep that in your mind too. I think it's really timely and appropriate you do that review. Kath is also working on in the background a whole raft of economic development incentives, of which this would form one string to that bow. So yeah, thanks for the opportunity to review it, but certainly broader than the budget because there's a few things that we see that need to be assessed. So I think a workshop's a great idea.
Thank you.
If I could just comment, this is not economic development. This is delivering services to our community. So I find that quite offensive to think that having doctors and nurses is economic development. It's not. So we need to look at this in a whole different light to how we look at how we incentivise anything with economic development. I just wanted to say that very clearly. When we have that workshop, they are two different things. We have got doctors in this town because we have very, very consciously made sure that we've kept doctors and nurses in our hospital system, and that's why we've got full services at the hospital.
I'm not asking to cut anything.
No,
I just
I know.
realise at the moment we don't have the budget.
But I'm just going on the comments that Matt said.
Yeah.
That sort of troubles me. I don't think they're in the same pool, you know. Okay, is there any further discussion or comment? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it carried. Now, is there any?
Yes.
You got
So,
one?
yes, could we go to the Heritage Committee? It's 22.3.
22.3. Yep, that's right.
Page 449.
449.
Just a couple of things. I just want to add to one of the recommendations for Heritage Week 2026. I just want to add the word video in. We missed it by, I don't know how we missed it, but it should be that council proceed with Heritage Week with competition with the theme of change, including art, writing, drawing, photography and video.
Video, yep.
So if we could just add that in. And I just wanted to also acknowledge the wonderful work of Bill Loader in his time on our committee. Whenever I hear the words adaptive reuse, I'm going to think of Bill. And I'm really going to miss him on our committee. His contribution and knowledge about heritage and the procedures that we need to follow was outstanding, and I just really appreciated his input, so I just wanted to do that. And I know Chris wanted to bring something up as well from that. Did you want to add it as a recommendation?
You can actually do that with what you're doing.
Okay.
Just about the songs of Forbes.
So we had a request from Spike, can't think of his last name. Flynn. He's written some songs of Forbes and he's wanting to get them recorded. and we looked at it through Heritage, but Heritage grants don't really cover that genre, and so we're wondering about,
Do you know how much it is yet?
I don't have an amount, but if we could investigate how to help him to get his Songs of Forbes published, because they are quite good.
Can we hear them in council?
Okay, so in preference to just sort of trying to do something with that now, could you just give us some information and we'll put a paper up to the next council meeting so everyone knows what it's about, I think.
Sure.
Because that's something that we don't know about.
No.
So if you could just come and either talk to the
Yep,
GM or
that'll be
somebody.
fine.
Yeah, we'll do that. So,
Well, and so then I'll just move the motion.
He
okay.
has submitted it for committee.
And I'll second that.
It's been submitted for community funding.
I believe it's
great.
been submitted for community funding
Oh,
to Madam
fantastic.
Mayor, so that will
Yeah.
come to the March Council meeting.
Great,
And
thank
if
you.
it isn't, if by any chance it isn't, we'll
We'll-
get the information from you.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Chris.
Okay, is that fine? Everyone's fine with that?
Beautiful.
Okay, I'll put it, all those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
Thank you.
We come to the inward correspondence. And
That's me.
Will Neamish, as Mayor of Waverley, his letter is not attached in the business paper. Just for the record, I just thought I'd let you know that. Councillor Duggan, if you'd like to.
Yeah, my pleasure. In respect to inward correspondence and letters of appreciation, we've received one from Councillor Farmer, who is the Mayor of Temora, and he would like to say, on behalf of my fellow councillors, staff and citizens, please allow me to formally convey to you our warm appreciation for acting as our local government New South Wales President. You took on the role in highly unusual circumstances. However, you have carried out the role with enthusiasm, dignity, passion and kindness. Your experience and longevity in local government is rare. Having been Mayor of Forbes Shire, then Chairman of the ROC, then New South Wales Shire President, the First Lady to do so, then as Local Government New South Wales President and Vice President of ALGA, achievements not likely to be surpassed. However, you've been appointed to countless boards, commissions, etc., etc. This all amplifies to me how much respect you have earned from all sides of politics and all involved with our cherished local community government family. Thank you for your 30 plus years of commitment, and long may the fire within continue to burn. I wish you, your family, councillors and the staff a Merry Christmas. We look forward to 2026 with much enthusiasm. And an email from Tracy and Jeff Fraser. A quick note to say thank you to Forbes Shire Council for providing the fantastic lakeside overnight stay facility. We have travelled to Newell many times over many years and often stopping in Forbes for a break or an overnight stop. And yet we only recently discovered the lovely overnight location. If Council put a donation box in place to support a local group, we would be happy to support that too. Council and the community have also done a wonderful job with the town's parks and amenities. This easy stop adds to the incentive to stay overnight. The beautiful town of Forbes remains one of our favourite places to stop on the Newell. An email from Carol Ramsey 2 weeks ago. I visited the Forbes Visitors Information Centre. Whilst I am more or less a local, being from Parks, I wanted some nice local produced gifts for family and friends for Christmas. I've always found the products at the VIC delightful. Shell Bell and Janelle couldn't have been more helpful when assisting me to select products, even making me up a gift box of tasty goods. Your staff are great ambassadors for Forbes and a credit to the Council. The centre itself is a fantastic building and the products on offer bring me back each year when I'm after just something a bit different with a local flavour. Karen Jones, the CEO of Destination New South Wales, to the Mayor. On behalf of Destination New South Wales, I extend my warmest congratulations on your re-election to the Board of Local Government New South Wales. Local councils are essential partners in delivering the New South Wales Visitor Economy Strategy 2035. Your leadership will play a critical role in shaping the experiences that attract visitors, supports local businesses and strengthens regional communities. Tourism is a key driver of economic growth and job creation across the state. and collaboration between local and state government is vital to achieving the shared vision. Destination New South Wales looks forward to working closely with you to make it easier for more people to visit, to grow world-class experiences, and to ensure the benefits of tourism are felt in every community. Together, we can create a visitor economy that is sustainable, inclusive, and resilient. Please accept my best wishes as you commence your term. Your contribution will help deliver a stronger future for New South Wales. An email from Tracy McDonald. I wanted to take a moment to express my appreciation of how wonderful the Forbes Lake precinct and the township are looking. I recently visited Forbes, where I grew up, to visit my family to celebrate Christmas and catch up with close friends. It was genuinely heartening to see how thoughtfully the area has been maintained and how much care has gone into its presentation. The Forbes Lake precinct in particular looks fantastic. Landscaping, the added water fountain features, the cleanliness and the overall atmosphere create such a welcoming space for both locals and visitors to the area. It's clear that a great deal of effort goes into keeping the area vibrant, enjoyable. Well done to your team. As someone with long-standing ties to the community, it means a lot to see the township of Forbes thriving and continuing to evolve in such a positive way. Thank you for your ongoing commitment to making it a place people are happy and proud to return to.
Hang on, Mark, you want some more?
Yeah, this is really got our chest.
Yeah.
Red wine might be good too.
A Facebook from Chelsea Reddington. Hi Forbes Shire Council. Our kids received their letters from Santa today in the mail, and I wanted to make the time to sincerely thank you for the beautiful replies. The letters were so personal, thoughtful and genuine. The fact that someone is taking the time to read and respond to each child's letter and Christmas wishes makes this crazy holiday season so much more magical. It could have been a cut and paste situation, but you made it so much more. Please send on my heartfelt gratitude to Santa's Little Helpers at Forbes Shire Council and the Riddington family. Wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And there is an attached letter also. We've done one from Temora Shire, and we also have one from the Riverina Eastern Regional Organisation of Councils. Dear Phyllis, thank you from the Riverina Eastern Regional Organisation of Councils. On behalf of the REROC Board, I would like to express our sincere gratitude for your outstanding service and leadership during your tenure as the President of Local Government New South Wales. Your advocacy for local government across New South Wales has been highly valued and deeply respected. In a complex and often challenging political environment, your efforts to maintain the needs of Council and provide clarity of information to our Board has been invaluable. We greatly appreciated the time, insight, commitment you brought to the role and the positive impact you made on guiding local government through a significant period of change. We warmly congratulate you on your re-election to the Local Government New South Wales Board. Your experience and perspective will continue to be a crucial asset, and we look forward to working closely with you in 2026. Thank you once again for your service, ongoing commitment and strengthening local government. On behalf of myself, our CEO, Mrs Megan Mulrooney, and the entire REROC Board and staff wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Well done, mate. I'll second that.
Yeah, thank you. It's been moved by Mark, seconded by Councillor Rowlands. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, Ida carried. We've got a supplementary in front of us. Would someone like to move?
I'll move it.
Yeah, I'll second
moved by
it.
Councillor Herbert, seconded by Councillor Rowlands. Is there any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, Ida carried. Councillor Rowlands, you have something that you want to bring up. Can you just let me know what it is? And then I will get a motion of urgency.
The bus, yes.
Yes, so would you just explain it and then I'll decide whether it's urgent.
Bus to Ugara.
Right, so this is a bus to Ugara for the big celebration for all of the shows around for the showgirl dinner out at Ugara, and they want to have a bus and they'll need
28th of
28th of February
and I am away.
and they need we've got to sort that out. So I'm going to say it is urgent, so I'll put it forward as urgent business. Would someone like to move that way, that we treat it as urgent business because of the time frame? It's been moved by councillor Roylance, seconded by councillor Caradiana. I'll put that, all those in favour say aye, against I declare it carried. Now, we've moved that it's a matter of urgent business, which we have to do now.
Yep.
Now, do you want to move your motion?
Yes, I do.
It's the bus and share hire. Total value all up at $750.
Yes.
Seven big, I'll ask the question.
Right?
Bit above that.
So it's
I'll move that motion.
it's the bus and chair hire at $750.
Oh, and chair.
They've requested that from us. There's also myself. We've been. I won't be here, and either will
I'll be away too, sorry, yeah.
Councillor Roylance will be away on the 20th. You looked and you were still here.
I know, I
Yeah.
should have rang you straight back.
So is there anyone that would like to go to that dinner in our place? Because,
It's Showgirl, New South Wales.
yes,
Big event.
I've been
we need the 28th it is.
No, I'm babysitting.
In the shop. Sorry, I can't help that.
That's not this weekend.
And there'll be a
it's
bus.
next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend.
I can do it.
Okay, and we'll put in that Councillor Herbert will represent Forbes Shire Council. You're going on your own. Do you want anyone else? Because it's two places.
I could take my husband, I suppose.
Yeah, okay, yep. All right.
Or I
Enthusiasm.
could take Sarah.
Okay, so it's been moved by Councillor Roland, seconded by Councillor Cradiana.
Take him out.
Any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it carried. Is there any other,
Yes.
yeah, any other business?
I just wanted to ask a question about our plaques. I know Councillor Roylance has brought this up before during our term on council when things are built or trees planted or whatever. Do we have a policy on having all councillors' names put on the plaque for recognition of their time in council?
I'll take that, Madam Mayor. Look, that's still on our agenda around the Mannix table. It's been a report that's been in draft form since before Christmas. We apologise for that. With other priorities, it is on the agenda to get to. We'll aim to get it to the March council meeting with amendments to the policy have been done. What we haven't yet is included in that draft the provisions relating to plaques about council properties or council projects. So
Yeah.
we're still working on that, but
Because like there's
we will get it as soon as possible.
councillors who have now left from previous two terms who have not been acknowledged. So I just would like, and not that I like blowing my own trumpet, but I just think it would be nice to be a lasting
Agreed.
reminder of
History.
people when they
Yeah.
walk past and go, oh yeah,
Future
that's
history.
when Councillor Roylance was on, that's when, you know,
We
Councillor Sweden was
have
on.
done it, Councillor Roylance. We brought it in and we put it on the trees that are out there. We put it on the bridge down here.
No, we
The
didn't.
on the bridge down
I
there.
think what you want it.
Well, we're supposed to have
We
it.
can take it off then.
Well, if you want
But
it.
the tree one down there, it's hidden in the grass.
Yeah, but we still did it. And we
That's all right.
anything that we've got some say over, I think it's great to have all the councillors
I
on.
think we should.
yeah.
You know, that's not a problem. And you know what? If you want to move that now, that when it is a council opening, and when we've got to answer to
Council
government, it's
project.
always the minister or someone
Yes.
on that. You know, like
Yeah.
we can't do anything. But if it's ours, if you want your names on, and that's a resolution of this council, we don't need any other policy. So if you
All
want to
right,
move
well, I
that,
would like to move that way
no.
then.
No, I'll
Oh,
second
no.
that.
Are you right, Janelle?
Not really, I've got something to do. So we've gone off the policy so that we're basically saying now that council,
this is in the opening of it, isn't it? That's what
Yes.
you're talking about, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, hopefully.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking about some of the things like the Mech Centre, the bridges that have been done,
The bridges.
Goldridge, the trees,
Lake activation.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
lake
Lake Activation.
activation.
that,
Like there's a few that I think.
the
should be
bridges
acknowledged.
aren't ours,
Bridges aren't ours, okay, well, the others are.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Mech spoons, like occupation plan, like those sort of.
They haven't got anything on the
Grandstand.
Mech, I don't think.
Grandstand.
Yeah.
Phil Donato opened it.
They've all got short names.
It's only when you've got ministers that we're going to come up with.
Michelle's talking about the history going on for the next 50 years. That's our future history, isn't it? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that work? I just made that up.
Yeah, it's good when you make things up, we like it.
Yes, that would be excellent. So I'll
Okay.
move that.
Well done.
So that we know who that council was in
At
that
that
era.
time. Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
just
And you know
efficient.
what? First time it ever happened was out for those trees. And we said, do it, and then you turn up and it's not there. So now this is categorically, we're all clear here.
Yeah.
So if there's a wrong plaque, it's going back. Okay, so when we do open up, I don't know whether we'll have ministers or whatever opening up some of our projects when we get around to it, but we'll make sure that there's some plaque that says who the council was of the day.
Beautiful.
How about that?
And
Fantastic.
we should have the ministers here because they're the ones that give us the cash. to do
Well, that's
it.
right, we've got to do that.
Absolutely.
But I think even if they have their plaque or whatever, we have that plaque, we can have the council of the day as another plaque. So that's what you're trying to get,
Yes.
is this historical.
Yes.
That used to be the program for hundreds of years here, but
It was never a program in 30 years that I've been on this council.
that's exactly right. But there's one sitting out in front of the town hall out here. It was put there in what, 100 years ago.
Mayor Thomas,
100 years ago. So they used to do it. Not as though it's not the first time.
oh, well, we're going to reinvent it, okay? Is that okay?
Sure.
I'm going to put that, all those in favour say aye, against I declare it carried. Mark.
Just a couple of things. With our 355 committees, can we have the agenda sent to all councillors, not just the people, the chair and the councillors on that, so everyone just
Absolutely.
knows what's happening? Because
Will do.
sometimes we turn up as spectators too.
I started putting all the council, like I might have missed a couple, but in your portal.
Yeah, well, the one
I
for
was
the
in my portal.
E&T didn't
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
the councillor
I saw that.
violence in it.
I like them connected to the calendars. You know, when you
You
do
don't
that.
want to use your portal. You want them in the portal and.
The portal. The portal, yeah. Because it's all in.
I started this month, I know there was a couple that I only put the committee reps, but then as I sort of, because it was about 7 this month, I started to load them onto everyone's.
Yeah,
So
just if that can be a
Yeah.
practice, it's just
No,
that, so that we all have the information from all of those different committees. And just a second thing, I think there's been a letter, and I've asked for it beforehand, on behalf of the Events and Tourism Committee, a letter going out to community groups for their support or sponsor, and then also a sponsorship letter. I think that's been done. I haven't seen it, so can we just follow
To you,
that up?
Madam Mayor, I think there was one in the matters that was to go to Frost and Fire. I'll chase that up for you.
Please, thank you. That's all I've got.
Any other questions?
Can
without
we get
notice?
an update on the Gemalong solar farm? See how that's going? Oh, yeah. That's getting a lot of airplay on the good old friendly Facebook. Yeah.
To you, Madam Mayor. Big happy for me to-
Yeah, no, please. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Councillor Reliance. What was Vast Zola had their research and development site at Gemalong. It formed part of the former Gemalong station, owned by Twyman at the time. There is a lot of airplay on social media locally and around the state with regards to that site. Vast have gone into administration. Council has received some inquiries or complaints from adjoining property owners with regards to the state of the facility, the maintenance, associated risk with materials and chemicals, whatnot stored on site. Over Christmas there was a fire that went through there, a grass fire. It burned out a lot of the solar panels or the reflective panels that were on site. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a solar thermal heat concentrating power plant. Concentrates the sun's rays onto a receiver. That receiver superheats a fluid. The fluid then goes back through a network or a system and heats up water. Water creates steam. Steam sends a turbine. Turbine then generates electricity, exports back to the grid. It was a small-scale plant to prove the concept or the technology worked, of which it did do. But as I say, Vast went into administration and the site was developed in partnership with ARENA, which was the federal government funding body for renewable energies. When I investigated this just before Christmas and then in the new year, I contacted the receivers, or the administrators for the company, for VAST. They indicated that it wasn't a matter, the site itself wasn't a matter for them to deal with, it was the landowner. And unlike Gemelong Station, who has now been released of the ownership of Twynham, the Vast Solar site still is in the ownership of Twynham. So we got in contact with the Chief Financial Officer of Twynham, and he's arranged for a meeting with us and them. So the next step is to hold that meeting. Council, I think, has a responsibility to be able to answer the questions raised by the community with regards to the site. And its ongoing maintenance and how they're going to deal with the material stored on site. For anyone who doesn't know, there's in excess of 100,000 litres of sodium stored in those tanks out there, which was the medium that transferred the heat from the receiver to the turbine. In operation, it would be molten, so it's fluid. It can go through the piping system. My understanding is, because it's not in operation, it's solidified in the tank, so it's probably quite safe as it is at the moment, but still having it stored there is not a great thing. It should be taken off site and reused somewhere else. That's probably all I've got.
Is there anything going to the grid at all? Because I have two types of solar farms there, so they have the traditional as well as the salt ones or the fluid ones.
Yeah.
Is anything going to the grid?
Yeah, so the big, I can show you later on, obviously, on the maps, but there's a significant PV, photovoltaic cell solar farm that sits to the south of the Vast site, and that is still operational as far as I know. It still exports to the grid. It doesn't use this technology, it's just, as you say...
Yes, I said there's two different types.
Yeah, during the daylight hours it's exporting electricity that's generated through those PV cells.
So they're not owned by the same company?
I think the landowner is the same, but I don't believe the
Two
operation.
separate companies,
Yeah. So that was the two parcels of land that Twynham retained when they sold off Geelong Station. So that's that. The intention is to give you guys an update once we've held the meeting with Twynham.
Is that one caught fire a couple of years ago?
Correct. That is that one. Yeah, that's when the solar fire happened out there.
Beautiful, thank you.
It makes you wonder about people that have solar farms on their farms and then they get stuck with them when they go broke and they've got the clean up to do.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty ordinary, and that's something that needs to be addressed.
It's good while the cash is coming in, but once it gets to
That's
And-
happening with the windmills.
The DAs
Yeah,
are not
something,
dealing with that kind of end of life at the moment. But
That's probably something, a motion for state to look into.
Can I just make a comment? Through you, Madam Mayor, what we'll do, Council, is after that meeting, and I've asked that meeting, that I be part of that and actually meet out on site to have a look at it. The intention, I haven't put this to Matt yet, but my intention would be after that we actually report the matter back to Council and seek a resolution to do whatever it is that we need to do as those next steps to ensure that there is a clean up of the site.
Okay, that's good.
any further questions or comments?
Just something I was thinking of over the Christmas period was we've got a problem with our sewer with all those white things going down through the system and clogging everything up. I didn't realise that we have to clean that every month. Is that right? Did I hear that the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if so, should we have an educational program for the community that says don't do this?
Yeah, through you, Madam Mayor, something that's more than that. It is a major problem. Unfortunately, there it's sold as flushable wipes. You can flush them because they'll go down through your toilet, but they don't break down.
For the sewer system.
They don't go through the sewer system, so they clog the sewer system up.
Do they eventually break down, or that just locks up solid?
But they claim they do. But
Okay.
in the process of actually treating the sewer, it's too long. So traditional toilet paper breaks up very quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just no good for the sewer system. So any education we can do would be a good thing. Absolutely, I agree.
It'd be cheaper for us to do education and keep on fixing up the problem. Anyway,
You know what? I think Councillor Rowlands, that is a pretty serious problem and it has been. I think we should be trying to put some kind of mail dropout in, plus do it on our website to say all of the things that are upsetting our sewer system. Something colourful that people will pick up either online or Just like our thing that we've got with all our events on, something very colourful. Don't use this. They might be flushable, but they don't work, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
So we should, I think, as a matter of urgency, as an urgent motion, I think is everyone. I'll put that as an urgent motion. Moved by Councillor Ryland, seconded by Councillor Duggan. I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare that carried. I think if you'd like to move a motion that we investigate an advertising campaign in relation to
Promote that it's creating a massive problem in our system. Yes.
serious problem.
Yeah.
Should that be a motion that goes through to the New South Wales Local Government Conference on mislead or in the advertising of the product? It's a flushable wipe.
Because surely every
It affects every council.
Do you really want me to get up and talk about what breaks down and what doesn't? No,
Careful you use those things.
it's not a national problem, but if we have to take it to our state conference, we'll do that.
No, let's try out.
Can you keep that in your mind,
Yeah.
Councillor Matisky?
I'll keep that
until
motion.
it's time. Okay, so that's been moved by
I
Councillor
love it.
Royal-Lance. Is there any opposition? And seconded by Councillor Duggan. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Is there any further business, or is there any business that you would like on the agenda for next month? All good?
Yep.
Okay, now it's 2:10. We can have a short break for a cup of tea now and then go into committee of the whole, or do you want to do that? It's
Short
up-
break. Yeah.
Short break. Okay, so would you like to move that we move? It's been moved by Councillor Matisky, seconded by Councillor Royland, that we have a break until 2:30, and we will come back and go into our confidential section of our business paper. Thank you, councillors. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
Did you like that?